everyone. I'm Larry Ridley, and this is the NFL on EA Sports.
Larry, they broke ground on this place in the year 2000, opened it in August of 2002, and it's been the home of this franchise ever since. Welcome to NRG Stadium in Houston. We count down to kickoff at what should be an epic one here between the New England Patriots and the Green Bay Packers. We begin the next half-century of Super Bowls to a strobe of flashes. Super Bowl 51 from Houston is underway. That'll be taken in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. So now the Patriots getting set to take over on offense. And taking the field tonight for the record 7th time in a Super Bowl, Tom Brady.
He desperately wanted to get to Super Bowl 50, didn't he? I mean, he grew up in Redwood City, and that wasn't terribly far from Santa Clara where that Super Bowl was held. But he doesn't care right now. He's in another one. What is this, his 7th?
7th. Isn't that just hard to believe? Unbelievable.
And he has a chance to get a second Super Bowl title in the same city. He did it once before in Houston against Carolina.
Give him a couple on the catch. It's 2nd and 8. Second down now after the pass completion. Here's Blunt, fighting through. Able to shake free for about 7 up to the 35.
You know what really fires up offensive linemen? When the guy that is carrying the ball behind them can create his own space and break a tackle along the way.
An early test for this defense. Here we go on 3rd and inches. Brady going to try and throw on 3rd down. And Amendola with a catch. And he's got the first down yardage before he's brought down at the 42.
And that's understanding where the markers are, because it's not just running to them. Because on the catch, you could actually be pushed back before the first down. It's getting past it and allowing that opportunity to drift back towards the first down line and still having picked it up. Really well run.
Throwing on 1st down is Brady. To the left side and complete for Julian Edelman. And he'll be taken down across the 50 at the 45 in enemy territory. And finding success.
Typical route for a good slot receiver, and Edelman's one of the best in the game. Knows how to go inside what one of my college coaches used to call the briar patch. Got to go in there where it's tough and make those tough catches. And not only can he do it, he can often run away from people after the catch.
Now Blunt, and he's going to fight his way forward here for a modest gain. And give him 4 yards there. It'll be 2nd and 6. They'll run it now out of the gun. So quick on the spin.
He's spinning, man.
It's a 7-yard gain there, and it's good enough to move the chains.
That's a good, nice, crisp run for a first down. I wonder if the defense might have been loosened up a little bit, maybe anticipating a pass instead of the run that they got.
And now some motion before the snap. And this will be our first penalty of the night's proceedings.
Offense.
The penalty on 1st down backs him up 5. It's now 1st down at 15. From the gun, it's Brady. He gets it into the hands of Gronkowski, complete. It'll be a gain of 6, and it'll bring up a 2nd down.
And he's the epitome of what we call the move tight end, a guy that you can line up anywhere, in the slot, out wide, in tight, doesn't really matter because he has such great skills. You want to utilize him in all aspects of your passing offense.
And there he was in the slot for the catch. Finding time. Oh, wide open, complete. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Patriot touchdown. Chris Hogan, 32 yards. And the Pats have taken the early lead. Well, that's how they envisioned it, get the football to start the game and score it.
And I don't know if that was scripted. Was it an audible? Or was it just a play call that they had in their pocket? No matter what, they had the right call on against the right defense, and they end up in the end zone.
So an 8-play drive covering 80 yards. And the gadget play gets him into the end zone. Fielded about a yard deep. And a pretty good return here. He'll be stopped just shy of the 25 at the 24-yard line. They come up in an empty set. 4 wide receivers, 1 tight end. On 1st and 10, here's Rodgers. Oh, a ball batted in the air, and now it's intercepted. A great read, and it's picked off. And they are going to set up shop at the 40-yard line.
Well, we can easily say, what a start defensively. First quarter, and the defense already got in the lead before they even stepped on the field. And now they come up with an interception on the very first play they're out there. If they can turn this into points, that would be an absolute
rush coming, and he's taken down. Mike Daniels in there to get him for a loss of 5.
Sometimes I watch games and wonder why they use play fakes on certain passing situations, because it's not going to fool anyone. I don't know if that was the case here, but the end result was the same. No one fooled. Quarterback was hit.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And nothing doing here as this time the run maybe gets him back to the line of scrimmage, but that's it. Mike Daniels makes the tackle. And as a defensive end, getting off the ball quickly, swarming to the football, making a tackle, that's what we saw right there.
Yeah, and that's what their job is. And really, a lot of the time, they have to throttle back a little bit in the run game because you know those defensive ends, they're like in a sprinter stance. They're just headed straight for the quarterback. That was good recognition on that play to hold them to no gain. But it appears that they read man defense and went to the out route, and what you have to do on that one is the receiver's got to make sure he works the defender towards the middle of the field to give himself space to cut to the outside. Got it done.
Final 30 seconds of this first quarter, and it's been a quarter dominated by the guys with the football. Brady now on 1st down. And right side caught Hogan. And he showcases the spin, a pretty good game before he's taken down. It's a gain of 9 yards. And it'll be second and about a yard to go for the first. So 1 quarter down here in Super Bowl 51. 7-0 is our score. The NFL on EA alongside Charles Davis, Brandon Gaudin. It's the Patriots in possession to begin quarter number 2. They're looking at a second and short yardage to start things out. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he's brought down just outside of the 10 at the 11. Give him 3 yards and a fresh set of downs. So they pick up the first down after the run, and now they approach for the fresh set.
Now that's the way to do it. Hand it to someone with vision and good footwork, and add in a little bit of power, and you find a way to pick up first downs.
To the sideline, and a nice catch there. Made sure the feet were inbounds, and they were.
All right, say it with me now. There are a lot of different words we come up with. Maybe we go back and forth after that play, getting his toes tapped down to make that catch. Crafty.
Yep. Wiley.
Oh, definitely.
All the veteran names.
You name it. Has every move in the book and continued to get better throughout his career so he can make that type of a catch.
And they'll lose a yard that time, and that's going to lead to a 3rd down.
I would not want to be an offensive lineman in today's NFL, especially not a center or a guard, if you got to deal with these massive defensive tackles who could not just beat you with strength, but they can beat you with quickness and guile as well. They can get upfield and make plays. And a lot of times what they're taught, just go ahead and tackle everyone that comes in your area and keep the run with the ball. He wasn't the primary target, but I think it was almost like a check-down situation, wasn't it?
Yeah, hoping he can break some tackles, a big tight end, but he couldn't do it.
Yeah, get it to that big frame and hope he can scatter some bodies, unable to get it done.
So they take it all the way to the 1-yard line, but in the end, they opt for 3.
I know if this was a video game, they never would have gone for the field goal because, Brandon, who kicks field goals in video games? But you've got to make sure you get points. And that was as easy a 3 as you can get.
You kick field goals in video games. That's who kicks field goals in video games. They start the drive on the ground with Lacey. 5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on first down.
I know the toss play begins with the guy taking the snap and turning around and tossing it to the runner. But where the real intrigue is, can they seal the edge? Whether it's an offensive tackle or a tight end in the direction they want to run the football. If they do that, that's the result that you get, that type of a gain. If they don't, oftentimes it's not a very successful play.
And he'll fight forward maybe to the line of scrimmage, but that's all. It'll only be a gain of a yard, and it sets up a 3rd down and 4 now.
Partner, we know today's NFL is really built around the guy throwing the football. But these short runs, they still pay dividends because they can take their toll on a defense, and they can add up as the game goes along. You control the clock, you control the ball, and that way you often control the game.
So on 4th down, the call's out for Tim Mastay to punt it away. Back deep, Danny Amendola for New England. And now a whistle and a timeout called by the kicking team. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this second quarter. NFL teams last year a little under 50% on 4th down conversions. This is a bit tougher. 4th and 4. Now it's Rodgers. He's got his target. It's Cobb. They'll give him 8 on the play, and they're able to pick up the conversion here on 4th down. I don't know if I agree with that. I guess they don't care if I agree with that. But, boy, you have to be surprised by that, right?
I definitely was surprised that they decided to go for it in this situation. But they must have either felt like they either have a great play call on or they're trying to show extreme confidence.
And Jeff Janis has it complete. And he's taken down, but not before getting this across midfield and just shy of the 40. Rodgers now on first down. And he completes it to Jordan Nelson. It's a pickup of 19. And the Packers are going to have a first down. 2 minutes to go here in the first half. We're back to Super Bowl 51 after this. A reminder, coming up at the intermission, we'll get highlights of the Super Bowl from Larry Ridley and the crew in Orlando with our EA Sports halftime report. That is incomplete.
It's always tough for the guys throwing the football when they think they've got a completion and the ball's almost there, and then someone sneaks a hand or 2 in and bats it away.
Again here on 2nd and 10. In the middle of the field, he's got Nelson. The reception good for 7. It's 3rd down.
That was a nicely run slant route, and what the receiver's trying to do is make the defender think he's going upfield for a deeper route and then breaks it off, usually after about 3 to 4 steps, and cuts towards the middle of the field. And now what he's trying to do is use his body to keep the defender away from the football and give the quarterback a really nice target.
The 8th play of the drive coming up. It's 3rd and 3. Rodgers going to try and throw on 3rd down. And that is incomplete.
And that was a nice play. He knocked it away, but obviously you want the interception in this situation. You want to take away any chance that they have any decision to make on 4th down. But things happen so quickly in the end zone in this compressed area of the field that you're just happy to knock it away and not allow a touchdown.
Throwing now is Rodgers. And this is incomplete. Mike McCarthy took the gamble, didn't pay off. And the Patriots defense is going to take over on down. A chance to get some momentum here in the second quarter, getting their first trip into the red zone, but unable to get it across.
And if I'm the head coach, sure, you feel some disappointment, maybe a little bit of deflation there because you didn't get it in. But I'm going straight to rah-rah mode. All right, guys, we didn't get it this time. It's only the second quarter. We'll be back. Let's get it later on. I want to keep this team up. I want them to feel like they've let everyone down.
Positive.
got to be positive in this situation. It's too early to think that you don't have a chance to win this game.
Brady again here on 2nd and 10. Over the middle, that's caught by Hogan. And he's brought down after a good gain. A good pickup there, 26 yards.
I've got to make sure that I don't take Tom Brady's greatness for granted, that we make it routine. How about that throw right there?
Yeah.
Another great completion.
And you know one area where he honed his throwing, he was a catcher in high school. He was actually drafted by the Expos in 1995 in the 18th round. Now hold everything here. We're going to get a timeout by the offense. And welcome back. The offensive unit, they took the timeout. And now they get set to line up as we resume action. Now Brady again. To the left side and complete for Julian Edelman. And all the way in. Touchdown, New England. Julian Edelman, 53 yards. And the Patriots add 6 to their lead.
I heard a coach talk about those late-in-the-half scores, especially ones that give your team a pretty decent cushion. He said those could be the ones that can finish off a squad if you let them.
Yeah, they've got the cushion. This half has been theirs. Just a 4-play drive that time. And the gadget play gets them into the end zone. This will be taken very short. The Packers offense now, they get ready to head back on the field. And what do you think goes on here in this situation? If you got the football, you're trailing, you're back in your own territory with just a little time. Do you try something?
You're thinking about jump-starting your team, right? You just mentioned it. They're down. They're trying to get back into the...
And that's caught inside the 35. Touchdown, Packers. Davante Adams, 75 yards. And the Packers are able to strike quickly for 6.
Yeah, you heard it, right?
Exhale.
You heard the exhale, and I'm taking that from their bench because finally, right before the half, they find a way to get the ball in the end zone and get some points on the board. Maybe they can use that to kickstart them for the second half.
Yeah, just to get something before going into the lockers. And now in the second half, they can just tighten.
That's what they want to do, tighten down everything they're doing, and it maybe explode at the right time.
That's fielded in the end zone. And he'll elect not to return this one, so they'll bring it out to the 25 on the touchback. Tom Brady leads the offense out for their next possession. And he's been good. 2 first-half touchdown passes, no interceptions so far.
Does a lot for your confidence, does a great deal for your team, gives them a lead, and they're feeling really good about how they're playing. I think he expects to throw at least another one.
I was going to say, now he wants the first-half hat trick, doesn't he?
Oh, without a doubt. Go ahead and fling him on the field, folks. He wants that type of celebration.
You seriously just skip the halftime of the Super Bowl? Who does that? It's a Super Bowl. Watch the halftime show. All right, here we go. Third quarter action now. Set to return, this is Jeff Janis. And he'll get across the 20 before he's brought down at about the 23-yard line. The Packers offense now, they get ready to head back onto the field. They have the ball here for the inaugural drive of the second half. Pretty big deficit, though. We'll see what adjustments were made in that locker room.
And I never wanted to make something.
And this will be caught at the 30. Touchdown, Packers. Davante Adams, 77 yards. And the Packers have cut it back within a score.
I know Paul Revere talked about by land or by sea, right? You know, 1 by land, 2 by sea. He didn't mention air because right now we're seeing a big-time performance, aren't we? That's 2 touchdowns so far in this game.
Where'd you pull that one from?
And, you know, every now and then I actually listened in history class.
And you're just a scholar all the way around. You're reading all the time. I like that you fit that into the broadcast.
You know, I just grab a nugget when I can.
That'll be taken in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. A look at the offense now here, coming back out on the road for their first possession of the second half. Possible run anticipation here as the D-line sandwiches together. They'll begin here with Blunt. And they're able to get this one across the 35. They pick up 12 on the play there, and they move the chains.
How many times do we say in this game that speed kills, and it does it in so many different ways? In this case, you got a back who's quick and shifty, can make moves, make people miss, but also gets to and through a hole before it can close down. That's some of the benefits of that speed, not just outrunning people in the secondary, and that led to a really nice game.
But here with Blunt. And able to get this one all the way up to about the 46-yard line. 9 yards is the pickup there, and they'll have a 2nd and 1.
Someone has to carry the ball to gain the yardage. The leverage by the offensive line to create space up front, really well done.
Now Brady throwing on 2nd down. And Gronkowski's got it, complete over the middle. A nice pickup there of 11 yards, and it'll move the sticks.
They gave up the completion there, but this is what zone defenses count on. Catching the ball and not much run after the catch.
1st down and 10 now for the offensive group. The defensive line disperses a little bit here, maybe expecting a pass. Now a carry for Blunt. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. Just a yard on the 1st down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
You know that old expression, it's not my night? It hasn't been his so far. I don't know if the legs are a little bit heavy. Sometimes having to hang out all day and play doesn't exactly play to your advantage, but it's been a tough go for him.
And every time he looks up, he rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off by the former 1st-round pick, Demarius Randall. And they have possession, and they have it at the 38-yard line.
Brandon, this is a veteran quarterback back there. He should know better than to make a throw like this. This is definitely not his best ball, and I think he knew this was trouble the second it was leaving his hand.
The Packer offense now ready to get back onto the field. And following that long touchdown pass, a one-play drive last time, to see if the defense, you know they're ready. They don't want that to happen again.
And you would have thought they would have been ready the last time. That's what you work on all the time. Make sure that no one gets behind you. That's the cardinal sin of defense, not giving up the long pass. They did. Let's see how they adjust. Well, they went for the big play there, but that drop could really hurt their momentum.
Rodgers will try again on 2nd down. Trying to get it to Adams, but it's intercepted. A great read, and it's picked off. And he's going to take this one back to the 37-yard line. So their woes on offense continue. That's the 2nd pick thrown here in the 3rd quarter.
And we know it was ill-advised. But that was an opportunity to help them get back into the game. Instead, he throws another interception, and now their task is even tougher.
They'll run it now out of the gun. Fighting his way down to about the 35-yard line. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be 2nd down.
That's a good play by the guys on the defensive side of the ball. Held them to a gain of 2. And that changes the playbook a little bit now for the guy calling plays. 2nd and 8. Now he's got to probably think about going to the air instead of maybe staying with the ground game.
Brady to throw on 2nd down. It's caught outright, Amendola. That catch good for only a yard, and it'll be 3rd down.
He decided to run a hitch route. It really helps to have a guy who can turn it loose. And, boy, he rifled one in there on that one. Not much run after catch, but it worked really well.
Defense thinking pass. They've got the nickel set out on 3rd and 6. They fake the handoff. Now Brady. He gets it into the hands of Gronkowski, complete. They get only 4 that time as that leads us to a 4th down.
Partner, I think that completion takes the definition of dink and dunk to a different level, doesn't it?
It does, and the defense was right there, kind of played into their hands. And Gronkowski's kick is good. And they stretch the lead to 6. It's 20-14 now. So after the pick, they can't capitalize for 6, but they do get 3.
And I know in this situation, most of us want to focus on the offense. You know what side of the ball I played on. Let's give that defense a lot of credit. Taking it over in a sudden change situation and shutting them down.
You can't bring them down.
The weight room does work.
And Green Bay getting ready to go as they take the field. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack them here. Rodgers now on first down. He's going to air one out. So they took a shot on first down but couldn't connect.
I guess they figure with a guy who is that hot downfield, who knows how to get the ball into the end zone, you throw it up and give him every opportunity, even though that one fell incomplete.
Yeah, he's already been in the end zone multiple times. Tried to target him again deep there, but unsuccessful. Oh, nearly picked. And maybe lucky there. This guy doesn't drop many defensively. Third down.
I know that interception was dropped, and it would have been their third of the game, and I will guarantee you, in the huddle, on the bench, all the defensive guys have been talking about is, we've got this guy right where we want him. Who's going to get the next one? It almost becomes a challenge, and they've missed a golden opportunity.
To throw is Rodgers. And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete. Devontae Adams, the intended receiver, and it's fourth down. Here's Tim Mastay now. And surprisingly, this is the first punt of the game for either team.
All right, let's go ahead and try and get into the body and the mind of the linebackers. Yeah, I know they're bigger and stronger than I ever was, but in this situation, they understood what was going on as much as the offensive guys. Because the offensive guys always talk, find the first down sticks and make the play. On defense, what do you want to do? Guard the first down line. Make sure they don't get there and tackle them in front. They were able to drop in their zone coverage, figure out where the first down line was, and end up making the play, swatting it away so they couldn't get the completion.
Blunt, the lone running back. He'll get the football here. Bulldozes past him. And they're going to have this one up near the 30-yard line. Give them 27 yards that time. And it'll give the Patriots a first down. And a new set of downs here after picking up the first on the ground.
You know, I have to be really happy after that play. The offensive line. To be able to create space in that situation when everything's jammed in and everyone knows you're going to run it, that's a big time.
Yeah, because you probably just think, back now here on EA Sports, we get set for the fourth quarter. Patriots have the lead. They also have the football. On second down, here's Brady. To the left side and complete for Julian Edelman. They give him 13 yards there on the play and a fresh set of downs.
An ex-teammate used to tell me all the time, I hate experienced quarterbacks because no matter what, you really can't hide what you're doing. And I think that right there, he knew right away where the blitz was coming from, where his primary guy was going to be, and he ended up going to a secondary target for a nice game.
I was just going to ask you, that wasn't the primary target. He's so good at that, isn't he?
I think he knew right away that he wasn't going to get to his primary guy. I think he read that as soon as he got to the line of scrimmage, knew where the pressure was going to come from, and said, I know how to beat that, and that's what he did.
Now Brady throwing on second down. Over the middle, that's taken in by Gronkowski. It's a pickup of 6 and good enough to move the chains.
Brandon, with the way things are going with Tom Brady finding Gronk as many times as he has in this game and the team is winning, you think at some point maybe even Brady will do the Gronk dance?
Well, if he does that Gronk dance, Davis, that means you have to do that Gronk dance.
Trust me, partner, no one wants to see me do the Gronk dance.
Your wife?
No one. Not too many things get to a quarterback of this magnitude, but I think it's safe to say that pressure can get to any quarterback.
Now, he's obviously a great franchise quarterback, but felt the pressure, threw it incomplete. And the lane closes up quickly as he'll get about 3 down to the 38. And this situation with the lead fourth quarter, they're liking keeping the ball on the ground, I'm sure.
That's just smart football, but you know the defense has to know it as well. They've got to stop them here. So now we're going to see that loading the box in a big way. 6, 7, 8, 9, whatever it's going to take. Puts a little bit more pressure on your big offensive line. And that